Hello, this is the exercise 2-3, and we will be working on it. I will try to zoom it in. So as you can see, we have employee's name and date they were hired. This is given, and this is the last time they had a review, and we have their date of birth, and we have some time in and time out for our calculations. So the first thing that we are asked here is to show 6 months review date. It means from the date they were hired, we are going to add 6 months. To do that, I will do the calculations here. As always, the equations will also be visible in here. You can refer and pause anytime when you try to see the formulas. So to start with, let's say equal, and we will bring date. Okay, so I will select date. Once I have a date, I will go to type year, and I will bring year. So we want the year from this date. Okay, and we'll close it, but we are not going to add anything to the year because we want to add 6 months. I will say comma, and for the months, I will type months, and I will take the months, and I will use the months of this one. Close the bracket. This time I'm going to add 6 because we want to see 6 months review time. And I will separate it by comma, and I will say date. So the day, rather, is going to be the same day. We're going to type the day, and we're going to pick the same day and close a bracket, and we will close the bigger bracket, and I will click enter. So here we have 6 months after this, the day they were hired. This is going to be the date. So as you can see, it's a long date. If you want to change it into short date, we can go to the format and say a short date. Once you finish the result of one cell, you can simply drag it down and all the answers will show up. Now we'll do the same calculation, but this time we are not going to add months, but we will add 1 year to the day they were hired. So I'll say equal and start date and select date, and again year. I'll select year and select the year of this specific date and close it. This time I'm going to add to the year 1 year, comma, months. I don't need to add anything except selecting the months of this one, comma, and day. For the day as well, I don't need to add, just select the months of that one and close the big bracket and enter. Here again, as you can see, 1 year from the day they were hired is going to be, as you can see, this date, February 1st. And at the same time, we are going to go here and change it into short date. And I will drag it down. And here we go. And this is a month since last review. For this calculation to do, we are assuming from today. So in this right side in J in here, I will have create today. So I will simply say equal to today, and it will give me the date of today. So I'm going to use the date of today to calculate the differences between today and the months of this one. As you can see, we are asked to have it in months. So there could be years that the difference between these things. So we have to multiply the year and try to find the months. So to do that, I will say equal and try to open 2 brackets here so that it can separate the year from the months. And I will click year. So I will take the year of this one. rather, sorry, I will take the today's year because this one is the biggest. And I will close that one and say minus. And I will say year. So I have to choose E2 year, but as you can see, it's covered by the formula. So I will type E2 instead. It's just the same. And what I have done is I have deducted the year from today to E2 year. Then I will close the year and multiply it by 12. The reason I'm multiplying it by 12 is because 1 year is 12 months and we need to show the result in months. Then I will say, I will close this one as well. And we'll say plus and open another bracket. Now we will deduct the months from this one to the months in E2. So I will type months and I will pick this one and minus months of E2. And I will close the bracket and I will click enter. So as you can see, it have given us in number form. It's been 35 months between this one from today up to this specific date. So if you want to remove the 2 decimal points, you can go up and remove them so that we can have 35 months. This time, if I drag it down in here, it will not give me the right answer because we are using this one as a reverse. So there are two ways you can do. Either you can simply click in here and drag this one down so that it can give us the months because we are using the reference. Or what you can do is in the formula, I have used the J2 and you can go up in the formula and make J2 an absolute reference. Okay, it means just add the $sign between J and between 2 before. And the same in here, I am going to make absolute. So once I have done, then I can click enter. And now if I drag it down, it will give me the correct answers. And we have here year of retirement. So we have their date of birth. Naturally in Canada, the year of retirement is 65 year old. So we assume if we add 65 years to their date of birth, then we will know the year of retirement. So to do that, we are going to add 65 to the year. I'll say start equal and say date. And I will say year and pick year. I will pick the year of this one. And this time what I'm going to do is add 65 to it. Okay. And I will pick months. The months, I don't need to do anything, just pick it and separate it with comma and say day, pick it and pick the day of this one and close the whole bracket. So what I have done is just added 65 to the year. So if we calculate it like that, then this is the year this person, Jim Howard, is going to be retired. So if you finish this one, you just have to drag it down and that's all. Okay. So the company now need to know how many years they are going to work with them if they work their whole life with them. So we are going to see deduct the year from this one to this one, the day they were hired. So we don't need to do big calculations. We just need the years because we are asked in years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say equal years. And I'm going to pick this one, the biggest one, and minus year of this one. And I will click enter and it will give me the result. So this person, if they work their whole life, they are going to work for 45 years. And we can simply drag it down and we will see the results. The same way now we are going to calculate hours. So if you see these hours, there are two ways of doing the calculation of hours. So first one is I have to do simple calculation and change the format of it. Okay, I will say equal, and I have to bring the biggest hour, this one, minus the smallest hour, and I will click enter. So as you can see, I have 9 hours. The reason you are looking 9 hours is that because I have done certain customization change. But in your case, if it's in general, it will give you something like this one, a number. So to change this kind of setting format, we have to go up in here and go to more numbers format. We go to customize the format. In the customization, if you go down in here, you will find hour, minute. And if you select this one, it will give you exactly the hours. So what we have to do now is just drag it down. Okay, now we can see that there is 7 hours and 30 minutes. Another way of doing this one is we can do is equal to, and we open a bracket, we take the time out minus time in and multiply it by 24. Because in one day we have 24 hours, so we multiply it by 24 and it will give us something that looks like this one. But this is not the correct answer. So now we can go into number, and if we change it into number, it will give us as a number. Okay. The problem with this formula is that even though it's easy, the problem with it is instead of 30 minutes, it gives us 30 minutes, consider it as half, and it makes it 7.5. And a quarter, it makes it 25. And the others, it will give it in fraction form. So this is more of a numeric things. The best way to do it is this one, but you need to go to the customization and change the setting of that this box. So this is all. If you have anything, you can go back and see it and check again.